The camaraderie is evident among the Kenya women's Kabaddi team as they prepare for one of their training sessions at the Kasarani Indoor Gymnasium. The players share light moments, joking, teasing each other ahead of the task at hand. The numbers were much bigger before, but in the past few years, several players have opted to take different paths in sports. The director and one of the few Kabaddi coaches in the country, Laventa Ogutu, admits that keeping the players was a daunting task due to the lack of competitive games and no remuneration.
So women, there were no league, there was no international friendly. So they were saying, why are we just training, 2014, 2015 training. Yeah, people have left, some have gone abroad for job, like 3 are working abroad, some 3 are on maternity leave. Yeah, some just left. Just around like 10 players left.
Some of the 10 players who left were part of the initial group that was introduced to the sport in 2014 by Laventa. She chanced on the game on YouTube and took a keen interest in introducing it in the country. She trained with 2 other players and decided to contact the International Federation for technical support. It was a lucky gamble that essentially set the platform for the sport's introduction in Kenya.
I contacted the National Federation. And they told me, in fact, we are starting a league, international league, that we want, like all countries playing Kabaddi, to join. So they asked me for 3 players. They never knew we didn't have players, so they asked me for 3 players. So I sent 3 names of whom I had. So after that, they say I choose one between the 3.
The men's team, comprising of players drawn from rugby, football and other backgrounds, seemed to settle faster than the women. The men's and women's Kabaddi teams began playing the sport at the same time about a few years ago. Interestingly, for the men's, it is more established with about 3 players playing professionally in India. The men's team has also participated in major international competition, but for the women's team, unfortunately, they've only participated in 1 major international competition. The highlight of the men's team was competing in this year's World Cup in Ahmedabad in India, where they stunned Japan, the United States and Poland. The women's team had their first international outing in 2 years in November, attending a training workshop in South Korea.
It sounds weird when you told someone what is Kabaddi until you come and see what Kabaddi is. Even right now, even some of my friends don't know what Kabaddi is. So I started Kabaddi last year, December. Yeah. And I also play volleyball at Kenya Pipeline.
Buya is not the only player who has a background from a different sporting discipline. The squad has former footballers and rugby players.
Point. You play it inside the court, and there's the outside line, and then there's a bonus line. And like rugby, where you just guard the post, here you have to safeguard the bonus line and the outside line. There's also the lobby line, so you have to be careful.
Kabaddi originated from India and has 2 main variations. The circular version, which is predominantly played on a hard surface in a pitch with circular markings, and the square version that is more globally acclaimed. It is a high-intensity contact sport where the objective is to enter the opponent's half of the court, tag their players and return back. It comprises of 2 teams with 7 players each, and a game lasts 40 minutes, comprising of events called raids. A raid starts when a player enters the opposition's court and is called a raider. The opposing player who tackles the raider is called a defender.
Unataka hiyo strength ya kusukuma mtu. You need that strength and energy.
Points are scored in 2 ways, a bonus or a touch. A bonus point is garnered when a raider crosses the bonus line and heads back to their camp. A touch point is achieved when the raider touches 1 or more defenders and returns to the midline and gets touch points equivalent to the number of defenders touched. In 2017, Kenya will be hoping to secure an invite to the inaugural Women's Kabaddi World Cup, which mirrors the men's competition. In February, they will travel to Mauritius and the United States for invitational tournaments. The players will be hoping to make their mark and attract the interest of professional clubs to pen lucrative deals with some of their players. Bernard Ndong for Citizen Sports.